What's up guys, welcome back to another video of Guild Wars 1 in 2025. Here I am on the Luxon side running as a Peace and Harmony monk. So I can use this skill to remove 6 conditions and hexes, and then for 2 seconds, conditions and hexes will expire 90% faster. So this is a Divine Favor attribute skill, but I'm splitting up my attribute points here between healing, protection, and also Divine Favor. So there's always an opportunity cost whenever you choose what skills to run, but here I've neglected to bring some skills that I normally bring, like Guardian or Shield of Absorption. And kind of my more underplayed skills I have are Vigorous Spirit, which actually works out pretty nice this match because I do have a Warrior and an Assassin on my team. And then also I have Return, which is kind of my replacement for Guardian. I can just return to an ally to kind of get away from melee damage, like I did right there. However, I mean, the downside is that Guardian you can cast on allies if they're getting attacked by melee. I can't really, you know, Return's only for myself. But overall, this was a good game. This flux, when I was playing this game, was actually if all the skills in your attribute are the same, or if all the skills in your bar are the same attribute, you gain like plus 100 health and plus 3 health regeneration. So this build that I'm running here didn't really take advantage of that. But it still worked out in the end. I'm still able to get a win in this match. I found myself spamming my heal skills a lot, number 1 and 3, Signet of Rejuvenation and Patient Spirit. Because those are really the only heals on my bar. Everything else is kind of, you know, conditional, like protection with Spirit Bond, or heals for attacking allies or casting allies with Vigorous Spirit. So I found myself just spamming a lot 1 and 3. But I also did bring Reverse Hex because Peace and Harmony has a recharge of about 10 seconds, unless my 40-40 set is not for Divine Favor, it's for healing prayers. So it's a 10-second recharge. And, you know, there's lots of hexes in Fort Aspenwood, especially this day that I was playing, so I decided to bring an additional hex removal. Having an additional condition removal would be nice too, but in some ways it just seemed like too much overlap. I'd have 3 skills dedicated to conditions and hexes if I brought another condition removal too. So I was hoping that conditions wouldn't be as big of a problem, or at least the 10-second recharge with Peace and Harmony would be sufficient enough. And I think that covers pretty much all my skills except for number 8, which is Dark Escape. Oftentimes I run this as a monk because I can use this for my stance, run away, and also take half damage. So this is a Shadow Art skill. So even my points are pumped a little bit into Shadow Art, so really a big spread of my attribute points in this match. Our team's doing pretty good so far. We've already knocked through this purple gate here. Our siege turtle's still alive. We're still attacking, so it's looking pretty good for us. I'm definitely having to do lots of heals, but my team is staying alive pretty well. I think some of them are taking advantage of this flux, so they're staying alive a little bit easier than normal with their additional health and health regeneration. I'm trying to kind of prioritize this warrior on my team for removing conditions and hexes. Those warriors can get shut down really easily with that. And it seems like some of the hexes we're facing are anti-melee hexes. Even just a simple condition like weakness can really make warriors pretty useless in a lot of ways, because they'll do very minimal damage. And a lot of skills that utilize weakness, the duration of weakness is very long, so it's not always easy to tell what condition they have on them. Some conditions it's obvious, particularly just deep wound, bleeding, and poison. Even with poison, I guess you might consider, is it disease or is it poison, because they both just show green. But some of these other ones, weakness, cracked armor, blindness, right? All you have is that little down arrow in gray, so you're not always sure what it really is. I guess cripple is the same. Just a down arrow in gray. Here I'm trying to back my team up just a little bit since our front line is down and we're taking some pressure. My siege turtle is starting to degenerate. I don't want to press forward too quickly. We need to kind of take a step back and recuperate. But really, Signet Rejuvenation I love having as a monk. It really helps me manage my energy. That's just a heal I can throw out there. And also a heal I can use even if I'm hex or something like Shame. So I almost always bring Signet of Rejuvenation if I'm having anything with healing prayers. Not a lot of melee end up attacking me this game though, so I don't really get to use return like I'd like to. They do have melee, but they're oftentimes attacking my teammates. Like you can see this assassin attacking my warrior here. This is really where Guardian would have been helpful. Very timely removal of that deep wound. That's really important to be able to identify as soon as that deep wound comes on and try to remove it. Here I was not able to save my warrior. That assassin just keeps on spiking him. He's targeting him a lot, and I think that's why my warrior is now targeting this assassin. He's tired of getting beat up by him. Guardian, again, would have been something really useful in this scenario. Now both our teams have kind of linked up. You can see that I have this other monk that was attacking the orange side, so now our teams have kind of linked. It's like our turtles are going to start kind of coming together. We should be able to start attacking this green gate pretty soon. But lots and lots of hexes this match. It's a good thing I brought 2 different hex removals. With this flux too, since a lot of players are running all skills with the same attribute, you get a lot of mesmers trying to run power block, because that's really effective here. There you can see a nice return, getting away from that assassin, leaving him crippled. Another return away. Now I think my team was just pushing a little bit too quick there inside that green gate. I wasn't able to kind of keep up. I was still kind of low on health. But we're planted right outside of it. We can start attacking soon. Here, when I notice targets are overextended, I really should be casting Spirit Bond on them, because they're likely going to be taking these spikes from their Elementalist and just heavy spikes. Here I realize this and try to start doing this. So you can tell our warrior here is trying to keep their monk busy. So I'm going to try to keep this warrior clean of conditions and hexes so he can take care of their monk while the rest of my team tries to take care of Gunther. Throw a few wand damage there at Gunther too. Every little bit helps. And that's going to be game. So thanks for watching and cheers.